They said he wasn't good enough, too short, too small, not ready. At just 15 years old, a young boy walked into his high school gym, full of dreams of making the varsity basketball team. He believed this was his moment. But when the list of names went up on the wall, his name wasn't there. He had been cut. That boy's name was Michael Jordan. And this is a story of how the greatest basketball player of all time turned failure into fuel, rejection into motivation, and pain into greatness. In 1978, in Wilmington, North Carolina, Michael Jordan was just another high school kid chasing a dream. He wanted to wear that varsity jersey, to hear the roar of the crowd, to prove he belonged. But instead, he was told, "You're not good enough." Most kids would have given up. Most kids would have taken that rejection as the final word. But Michael, he went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. He let the pain sink in. And then he made a decision. Failure wouldn't define him. It would drive him. Michael started waking up earlier, practicing longer, shooting thousands of shots when nobody was watching. While others slept, he worked. While others partied, he practiced. Every miss, every brick, every shot too short, fueled his obsession. He didn't just want to make the team anymore. He wanted to dominate the game. Because he understood something most people never do. Success is not built on talent alone. It's built on relentless work when nobody's watching. By the time Michael finally made the varsity team, he wasn't the same player. He had sharpened his skills, toughened his mindset, turned failure into fuel. Soon, the entire country knew his name. At the University of North Carolina, as just a freshman, he hit the game-winning shot in the 1982 NCAA championship. One moment, one shot, and suddenly, the kid once told, "You're not good enough," was a champion. In 1984, Michael Jordan entered the NBA, drafted by the Chicago Bulls as the third overall pick. He wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the strongest, but what he had, no one else could match. A burning fire, an unstoppable drive, and a refusal to ever let failure break him again. But greatness isn't a straight line. Michael broke his foot early in his career, missing most of his second season. Critics said he was done. Analysts claimed he'd never be the same. And then came the heartbreaks. Year after year, the Bulls were knocked out of the playoffs. The Detroit Pistons, the bad boys, beat him down, physically and mentally. Most players would have accepted it. Most would have quit. But Michael Jordan came back stronger. He built muscle. He studied his enemies. He turned every defeat into a lesson. Because for him, failure wasn't the end. It was the blueprint. And then, the world witnessed history. In the 1990s, Michael Jordan didn't just play basketball. He owned basketball. 6 NBA championships, 5 MVP awards, 14 All-Star appearances. But more than the numbers, it was the way he played, the clutch shots, the gravity-defying dunks, the refusal to ever lose when it mattered most. He wasn't just an athlete. He was a force of nature, a man who turned failure into fuel, and fuel into greatness. Michael Jordan retired not once, but 3 times. And every time, the world stopped. But his legacy wasn't just about basketball. It was about proving something deeper. That failure is never the end. That being told, "You're not good enough," is just the beginning. If you have the courage to keep going. He inspired generations, from Kobe Bryant to LeBron James, to every kid lacing up their sneakers today. Michael Jordan became the blueprint of greatness. So, what's the lesson? Michael Jordan wasn't born the greatest. He became the greatest through rejection, through pain, through failure. And if there's one thing we can learn from him, it's this: your failures don't define you, your response does. When life cuts you, when the world says you're not good enough, that's not the end of your story. It might just be the beginning of your greatness. This is Michael Jordan, the man who turned failure into greatness.